Hello everybody, this is Chaff Commander Coffee back with another episode of Dominions4, Thrones of Ascension, RandomNationGen. It is early winter in the third year of the Ascension Wars. We are just about to begin our invasion of Syria, and there are a few things that happened this turn which have encouraged my decision that now is the best time to attack. And I'll show you what those are right now. So, research the thaumaturgy completed, firstly. I moved some mages around, which actually caused my research to change a bit. So we don't even have level 3 evocation yet, which is not a huge problem. I can sort out right now. 26 research points into evocation. Actually, I'm just going to remember to do that at the end of turn, but in case I forget, I'm going to put slightly more than is necessary, just in case I forget at the end of turn, but hopefully I won't. We bound 2 more devils, which I'm actually now going to sort out into the army because we're going to have to move out. These devils are going to be set to hold and attack rearmost enemies. It doesn't really matter where they go, but I'm going to they generate heat, so I'm going to have them stand around the god. Because Solve is incredibly resistant to fire, being a fire dragon, so they're going to stand around Solve and act as temporary bodyguards, I suppose, and then once they can, they'll just fly in and attack the enemies. Commanders are in the rear, so yes, that is what devils are for. We searched for magic sites all over the kingdom. We did find one. Muhyiddini found another site. He found the Fields of Blood in Epernia. Over here. The Fields of Blood provide 1 death gem. So blood magic found us a death gem. So there you go. 1 death gem per month. Now I have no access to death mages, and I have no easy way of accessing them either, so we may just build up the death gems until I can empower a wizard I feel necessary with them, or just save them up. Save them up for now. Right, let's keep these 2 searching, have them move to Al here, and then we'll search there for sites. Sorry, I'll carry on with the messages. Lots of blood hunting. Overall, most of the provinces not too much unrest, so I'm actually fine with the blood hunters continuing. If I just quickly go over them. The only one I am going to stop is Brightgate. They're at 22 right now, and I moved the patrolling commander out to go pick up some more men, some more archers. So Svipdag is actually going to go back to patrol, but for now they can just do some research. And Mexico, which only has 19 unrest, which is quite a lot, but and it is cutting into the income quite a bit, so I'm going to set them to research as well, but everywhere else can continue. We still need a decent blood slave income. I have a few plans with which will cost quite a large number of blood slaves, but thankfully they're in very high supply. We have 185 right now, but we are going to need a lot for the campaign, and we'll need a lot for later on experiments. I suppose you could call them experiments. Anyway, moving on. There was one unexpected event. The forest has grown wild. Thorns and brambles make the footpaths impassable. Wild beasts prey upon cattle and travellers alike. This has hampered trade and hindered access to the forest. Province income and resources dropped in the Forest of Gila, which is not very good, especially considering this huge unrest value from, I'm not sure, we still need to search here with the Blood Mage to probably figure out what that is. It may just be bandits. But I feel it's something probably more magical than just bandits. There was a battle in Mir, but it was just an Earth Gnome from the Throne of Gaia attacking some of the Emorzar giants, so no surprise he was destroyed pretty quickly. And we killed some filthy brigands. So, on with the commanders. Now, I remembered the Hill of Fire in Saltnohamn. You can send someone here for combat training, so I'm going to take the barbarian chieftain I trained. I'm going to send him to towards Saltnohamn to first pick up gear and then to just start doing combat training for the upcoming tournament, which will happen at some point. So I want him at least to have a few extra points of experience. It might give him the edge. Okay, we'll come back to that scout because he's quite important. This army needs to prepare to move out. Supply usage of 89, which is not too much. We have 156 supplies in the plane of memories right now. So what I'm going to do is these 3 priests can stay as like so. We're going to bring along 8 of our inferior pontifexes with us as well. Yes, we're going to go out in full force. Full force. And this new mage that just showed up, he can take a... Actually, I think the fire helmets are quite valuable. I'm going to leave them behind. Now, this might make my fire mages a bit weaker, but also they don't get the fatigue penalty. I originally wanted to take the flame helmets with me, but again, it's just... they're very valuable. They're 25 gems each, so I don't want the wizards... if we lose the battle, then I have to think that I could be losing up to 60 gems, and that's too expensive. I don't want the battle to cost me that much. So I'll keep the flame helmets back. We have some more mages and need to do some searching. They can go to Nom, do some searching there. Oakstrong can move up into Nom to pick up some new items and to drop some up. And come back to that scout. This scout's going to move towards the throne. We've got a new scout, which I'm going to move... I'm going to start moving this scout towards Farwald. I need a scout over there. Now Badawi, the Earth Gnome. Okay, right. So, moving my scouts around in an attempt to find their Cyclops, we noticed a few things. Firstly, Cyclops ventured further into the underground. To here, mile deep, because we can't see him in this army, and we would definitely see a Cyclops, unless my scout is being blind, like my one right at the start of the game who couldn't see war elephants. Useless scout. But I trust this scout, he has some experience, so I think we can trust his report. There is no Cyclops here, and there's no Cyclops in oh! There is a Cyclops in Belmar. Cyclops is in Belmar, but the army is in Mile Deep. So they have their army split up, and their Cyclops currently is stuck in Belmar. So I thought the Cyclops is actually down here, but this doesn't change my opinion of what I should do. In fact, it has just changed where I want to attack. I want to go straight for Belmar. So my thinking was, given that part of their army is stuck in the underground, and this army here, it may not actually have those many commanders to pull these units out, because I remember a lot of men routed, so they may not have gathered their forces again yet. I think now is the best time to attack. Also, considering this huge force of undead, they can't actually move into the plane of memories, so if I make a preemptive strike on Swinland, I have my plan is that the preemptive strike will move straight to Belmar, and Oakstrong can move into Nom the next turn, pick up some more gear suited for fighting the undead or just whatever, and I can move him into Numecria here, and he can protect the throne in case this force in Runia decides to attack. And I think he should be more than a match for them. Although to cement his chances of winning, I do want to try and cast Personal Regeneration on him, which requires level 2 enchantment. I think if I get enough of my wizards to do research this turn, I think we might be able to get 2 levels of enchantment done. So I may have to halt blood hunting, but we have many blood slaves, and we need... Yeah, so I have 3 mages here who are blood hunting who can research. I have 2 mages here. I have 1 mage here. And I think I had these. They've gone back to research, they've gone back to research. So if I look now, we are gaining 300 research points, so I think that's enough to boost us to enchantment 2, giving me personal regeneration on Oakstrong here, which will hopefully mean that he could take on an entire army on his own. Which we will just have to wait and see. We will just have to wait and see. Oh no, actually, scratch that. Personal regeneration said lifeless mages are not affected by regeneration spells, but I could see if they are affected by regeneration items. I can't remember if it works or not. What other things could we get? Alteration, maybe? Alteration gives enlarge. Cat's Fortune? No, not Cat's Fortune. Protection? No. Moss Point? No, can't cast that. So we can only get 2 ranks of magic in one turn if we're trying. He could cast Sleep Cloud, but against the undead that won't do anything. He doesn't need poison resistance, that's for sure. If I get Thaumaturgy up, you can cast Panic. Panic might make the slaves rout immediately since they have such low morale. I'd need a few more mages just to do research, but I think I could do it. And I believe Panic would give him quite a... So if I get Badawi to do research instead of move out, and if I give him... See, this is one thing that you can do. If I give him the Flaming Helmet, his research goes up by 2 points because he's a higher level mage. It does make him older, which is kind of annoying, but the extra research points means that I can... Ooh, I'm a few points off. Just a few points off, right. Let's see, I could get the Earth Gnome to do research as well, and then I wouldn't need to give him the helmet. Yeah, and then we would get enough for Thaumaturgy 3. I could get Panic. I think Panic would allow me to rout any slave units in combat, and then he would just have to deal with all the undead. But if the slaves rout, the commander may rout as well, and if the commander routs, the undead won't do anything, so it'll be an easy win. Either way, I think that might be what we do. These two, I'm going to have this scout move down into Mile Deep, and have this scout move over into Underspring. I have another one moving into the throne here. I would like to move a scout over and see if they've taken that throne over there, so you can move to the Tunnels of the Lost. And now I am not sure. So I think I need to set up the attack plan, because we are attacking. We are going to go on the offense. Right. I think this army is set up appropriately. So they are going to move out. Now I just need to see if I've got any more equipment I can give my army to just optimize them as much as possible before this war. There's not much I think I can give this force. This force is mostly just relying on the power of our sheer number of sacreds. I'm just going to take a quick look at the thrones that we own. This doesn't actually boost my sacreds, it's just this throne, the throne of the Second Age, where they get more strength. So my sacreds are still more powerful than they were at the start of the game, but not by much. Still, they should be more than a match for these undead, and we do have almost 100 of them. And we have 80 sacred units in the army right now, which is pretty good. And we also have 80 archers, 15 heavy cavalry, and 62 assorted infantry with some sacreds. But their job is mostly just to hold the front line, whilst the sacreds do all the real damage. Right, yes, okay, so this army is going to move straight into Swinland. I hope this isn't too... This isn't too... I'm not rushing too much, but I feel this is the best time to start the war, whilst their army is splintered. I believe the reason there's independence here, and they're only militia, is they got the event where the local people are fed up of your rule and they rise up against you. And that only happens if you don't put any province defense in a province, I think. I don't think the people can rise up if you put just 1 point of province defense in. I don't think they ever rise up. Which, yeah, there's one reason why I put 1 province defense everywhere I took. Unless I decided it was worth more. Most of them just one should do. If a random event where barbarians come over and take the province, well, I mean, 10 province defense isn't going to stop them, so... His forces now, I will have to give them blood slaves in advance. So I'm probably going to need to set up the force right now, which is going to take some time. So you get to watch me script an army. Let's see. Okay, so I want them to cast Banishment. And I want one of them to... they won't need to cast Divine Blessing, because my god is going to be in the battle, so I just want them to cast Banishment. The first spell, though, they need to cast Sabbath Master. So I'm going to quickly just script all of my Sun Pontifexes to do that. We have 6 Sabbath Masters who are going to be banishing the undead. So I'm going to just spread them out across the line. Hopefully this helps them target different undead in combat, not just the same one, or the same group. I don't want them to just blast a unit of ghouls to death if they have like a unit of long dead horsemen or something. That seems to be alright. Now I just need to make a blob of these Sabbath slaves out of the way so they don't die. I guess I'll just blob them right here. Yes. Just chuck all the Sabbath slaves around there. Now these Sabbath slaves are mostly just to improve the power of the wizards. Now if their priest level... See, I'm pretty sure the priest level should increase via communion. It does count as a magic skill. So this shouldn't be a problem. I'm just hoping I don't cause them to all get killed via running out of stamina, or fatigue rather, but I don't really care, they're very cheap, so I could reduce my upkeep a little bit by letting all the Sabbath slaves die. That's not the aim of this battle, but it could happen. But we'll just do that, that should be fine. And I think that might be our battle plan. There's nothing else I can sort my army out with. Unless there is... I suppose over here we do have Hergny the Swordmaster, and I think being a Swordmaster I may give him a sword. The Sword of Sharpness. Yes, go Hergny, you get a Sword of Sharpness. Have fun with that. Swing that around if you want. I mean, no, don't. You're just standing on the back line, but yeah, well, if anyone gets close to you, just swing that sword around. And with his increased defense skill, he now has 21 defense skill, which is very high. 21 defense skill is very high. I think if a cavalry flanks my commanders, Hergny could actually kill him with no problem, because his defense skill would allow him just to never get hit, really. Just to never get hit. Now, I think that is everything. So we're going to get our Thaumaturgy to 3. That does allow me to cast both Augury and Haruspex. So with that in mind, I will want to... What I will be doing is passing this Thistle Mace over to this Lion Tribe Witch Doctor, and he will be casting Haruspex as much as he can, and then when he's finished casting Haruspex, because his range isn't far enough, I will pass the Thistle Mace onto another Lion Tribe Witch Doctor, which has finished site searching. Then he will do that around here as well, and so on and so forth until I've searched my entire kingdom. And I will be giving out 2 Flame Focus Staves, so I need to train a Sun Pontifex in this province, give him a Staff of Flame Focus, and he can start casting Augury. Or I could just give it to Badawi, and he could do that whilst he's still alive. I mean, his primary thing was to site search, so yes. And I will need a Sun Pontifex in the east to do the same thing, so I will be training one in Saltnohamn, just so I have a high level wizard hanging around. High level wizards hanging around is always good. So, that should be everything for the start of winter, and the invasion begins. I believe we're going to catch them off guard. But who knows, they may be planning to invade Numecria at this turn as well, so this could be a preemptive strike. Either way, I feel now is the time, so let's get stuck into the Syrian army and see how well they fight. Our research and thaumaturgy completed, so I'm going to view our research. I want to swap all the rest of our research over to evocation. Just thinking how far I want to go into evocation. I think I want evocation just one level, and then I'm thinking alteration, because it is alteration, or no, it's enchantment, isn't it? It's enchantment for yes, flaming arrows. So I'm going to start going towards flaming arrows because it's going to be very useful. And after flaming arrows, I'll finish off thaumaturgy to 4, then get my construction to 6, and after I get construction to 6, I'll probably just do blood magic until I get to blood magic 9, just so I can do some crazy blood magic spells, just for the fun of it. Maybe cast blasphemy or something like that. Have all my mages spam cast infernal prison on the battlefield, find some archdevils, that sort of thing. You know, some high level blood magic, just for WoW. So we're going to do some evocation research. And we should also do some enchantment research towards flaming arrows. So we'll do that. I will probably move some wizards around, so I'll remember to come back onto the research page. An unexpected event has occurred in the forest of Gila. A plague has struck the land. Empty cabins and rotting corpses litter the landscape. Almost 3,000 population and plus 10 unrest. There's probably not many people left to be unrestful. Although, given that plague struck the land, maybe there's a death site here that's causing the unrest. It's possible that a death site is influencing the events, although that would be strange since the forest grew rampantly, but that could have been because I have 3 growth and the forest of Gaia. That could be that as well. Anyway, there's 2 lots of filthy brigands that we killed, and there was a battle in Underspring, which I believe was this, yes, the Syrians started to move their force back from Mile Deep, which is fine. I'm just going to have all of my men hide and wait in the underground, just to keep tabs on their forces. It appears Syria also managed to take the Underdark, so they may have moved their army. Part of their army may still be moving back. I'm going to move this scout onwards to have a look and see if Emulzar has claimed this throne or not. And now, the most important thing in this turn was the beginning of our invasion. So let's view this battle. Saltnohamn attacking Syria in Swinland. This is my western force, and they appear to be very well. Aside from this wizard having a lot of gems, I think we might be all right. Now he cast Quicken Self, which is a very strange spell to cast on himself. Now he's just casting Luck, which yeah, it's a pretty annoying spell to cast on the undead, but it might make them luck out against the banishments. But my archers have made short work of those slingers. Now they move on to firing at the undead, and the goblins begin to advance. He's throwing fire darts. Now it's unfortunate. I think he's aiming at the colossi due to their high hit points, which is not a bad thing. I'd prefer the sacreds didn't get hit. Although in this one situation, the sacreds do have 5 fire resistance. So maybe I would prefer if the sacreds were being shot at. However, they do seem to just be carving through the undead with no problem. I mean, the undead do not have any resistances to our weapons, so there's no reason why they wouldn't. And they begin to retreat. Oh, they got off the field. He quickened himself, so he managed to escape. But otherwise, a strong victory. We only lost 2 sacreds, and we managed to capture the province. And we also burnt down an enemy temple, so I believe this Blightmaster may have just built a temple there, or something similar. So, the invasion has begun. We have a few choices. We do not see the Cyclops. Oh no, the Cyclops is still in Belmar. Now, he may decide to attack Swinland with this army, so I'm debating on how to handle this. I think, given they've moved most of their force from Runia, I think Numecria is safe. So what I want to do is I want to move this High Priestess. She's an Inquisitor, and she'll also be useful for banishing the undead, so I want to set her to I'll just cast that and then just swap that to banishment. I want her to be in the battle as well, possibly to just banish things, which could be useful. But the reason really is because she's an Inquisitor, so she'll be able to preach this enemy Dominion away very quickly. So, but she has combat utility as well. because she's a priest. They have a lot of undead. So either way, I think that'll be useful. I'm going to have my prophet preach to just try and boost our Dominion here, and everyone else is going to patrol. I'm going to boost the province defense to... province defense is slingers. So I'm going to put one province defense here, because I just don't want the slingers to get in the way. Really? Pretty much. We'll get one extra commander, I guess. I mean, this guy is actually probably more useful than either of these slingers, and he's a goblin. So yeah, it just goes to show how useless slingers are. Although they do have a lot of slave units, so they do have a lot of weakly armed units, or weakly armoured. And slingers aren't bad against the undead. Like, long deads don't really wear any armour. They have pierce resistant, but they don't have blunt resistant. So maybe I'm underestimating how useful slingers will be. And with only 10, I mean, I get quite a lot of them, so... yeah, I might... yeah, go on then, I'll see how the slingers do. You know, it might change my mind about them. I might get some if I'm fighting undead nations in future. I don't think I'll get any now, but okay. So let's sort Oakstrong out. So the fireplate's going away as well. Yes. He could use the Thistle Mace, but the poison's going to do nothing to the undead. Now, unfortunately, I don't actually have a weapon ready for him right now, which is it's a bit of a mistake of me. I made the armour and didn't actually make him the Morning Star. And I would like him to move into the army this turn. So, I think what I'm going to do is... I don't have any other commanders who are wielding anything of use to him, and that means you need to patrol. That means I will probably be giving him the Thistle Mace back. I could just let him punch things. He is very strong. I think I might just let him punch things. Just have the shield. He still does 18 blunt damage with his fist. I will make him a weapon as soon as possible. I think right now actually he's got 29 protection, so I can use him as a blocker in the next fight, and then if he takes a lot of damage, I can pull him back to Nom to let him heal, and then give him some better gear. So I think I'm going to have him on just hold, or maybe cast some spells first. What can he cast? He can cast Sleep, Panic. He can cast Panic. Stand there and cast Panic at the front. In fact, because he can cast Panic, I think what I will do is give him the Thistle Mace back, because it does improve his... he can kill the Abyssian units with the poison, which is nice, but it does improve his nature magic, so it won't fatigue him so much by casting all his nature spells. So yeah, he will go here, and that will be his job. We will put him right at the front of the force, because he is a giant tree with very high protection, because he's covered in black steel armor and a lead shield. So I think, yep, I think he can take quite a few hits to the face, and he's got high fire resistance, so if he ends up taking all the fireballs to the face from my army as well, I'm not disappointed. And in knowing that that is going to be what we're doing, I think I'm going to move my units up just a bit, because he's such a good front line, or at least I expect him to be such a good front line. I will move my units up just a tad, but I think I may set my my sacreds. I'm going to set these ones at the top to attack rearmost, or maybe a Holden attack rearmost. I've got my cavalry doing that, and the goblins will take longer to get there, so I'm going to have one unit to attack rearmost, one unit to hold and attack closest, and I think that should give my sacreds. I mean, the enemy won't be able to flank us at all. I don't think there's any way they can flank my archers, so we should be safe. And Oakstrong should take most of the enemy's aggression. With his pierce and blunt resistant, he should survive just fine. He should survive, no problems. And if he doesn't, then well, we'll have to just get another one somehow. Okay, the Barbarian Chief needs to move down towards Saltnohamn. Right. I did that dumb thing where I moved out without getting any blood slaves, didn't I? Yes, I believe that's what I did. I do that occasionally. That is something I do enjoy doing in this game. Oh, why do I always forget to do this? How to remedy this situation? Creatively, I suppose. Let's grab all these heavy cavalry. Heavy cavalry, attack! Let's go forth. Destroy things. We're going to take back our. That's what we're going to do. In fact, ooh, maybe I have a better idea. I'll put you up here. Set you to attack. Maybe rearmost. And you, I sit maybe like here. Can I set him to pull back? No, you can only hold or attack. You don't have any gear. I'm not going to get. Ooh, I can give you some fireplate. That makes you less likely to die immediately. Yes, alright, we'll give you some fireplate. And we're going to put you to... I'll put him in the centre. And set him to hold and just stay behind the troops. I don't think he'll receive any aggro. But I want the cavalry to just try and sprint across the battlefield and just take out the enemy commanders, because I might split them into 2 units so that they can do that on both flanks. So hopefully 1 unit of cavalry gets through, and if they don't, then the commander can just retreat. So he's going to move into Bekar, and I am going to give him 15 blood slaves. No, I'm going to need more than that, give him 30. Right, hopefully he doesn't die, because I'm putting 30 blood slaves on him. We're making the most of a bad situation, and that is my own incompetence. So, that will just have to do. If they can't cast Sabbath Master, I imagine they'll just cast another spell. So, it's not the end of the world. And they have the jars of, some of them have jars of fire. In fact, I'm going to give another one of them a jar of fire so that they can cast a fireball or something. You know, something a bit more useful than just... And Solve can cast whatever he wants anyway, he's a level 4 fire mage. He can cast all sorts of things. So, we're going to move into Syria. And whilst we have it under siege, I can move this commander down with some heavy cavalry reinforcements, and then he can bring all the blood slaves. And because the blood slaves appear on the map near the commander who has them, any of my blood mages who can use the blood slaves for a Sabbath or whatever, I will clump them around where he's going to be, so that when he appears in Syria, for example, if I attack Syria this turn, and we hold it under siege, and then they make a retaliation strike on Syria from Belmar and Griffin Spires, he will enter from Bekar, appear on the battle with the slaves, and I can set up all of my mages so that they will clump around him and be able to use the slaves, even though I haven't assigned the blood slaves to them. Blood slaves are more versatile like that. I don't know if it works the same with gems. I've never tried. If you can just give gems to like a random commander and just put them near your mage, and the mage will just carelessly pick them out of his inventory and just throw spells with them. I'm not sure. So, but I know it does work with blood slaves because they appear on the battlefield. So anyone can just run over and start casting blood magic with blood slaves. I don't know if you can do it with your enemies' blood slaves, which would be quite funny if you could. You make like a special kind of blood magic anti-blood mage thug that flies onto your opponent's back row, and then you set him to cast like bloodletting, and he uses all the enemy's blood slaves to cast it. I think that'd be a bit broken though, so yeah, you probably can't do that. You probably can't, but I've never tried. I don't think I will in this game, but who knows, maybe someone will comment and tell me whether you can do that. I think it's probably because all the enemy's blood slaves will be aggressive to you that you can't use them for spellcasting. They count as a part of the enemy's army. Alright, I haven't got any more commanders to give orders to. There's more sacreds I can give to this guy. I can also recruit a new scout and some more sacreds. He started patrolling. Army is fine here. Priestess is moving in. Horse is moving in. Oak Strong is moving in. Badawi, we have enough. Right, so my evocation research, and that's fine. Although I want to set Badawi to now monthly cast augury all over my kingdom. So he will start doing that. And I have, they're searching for sites. Oak Strong, yeah. Yep, right, let's change research. 26 points, actually that's perfect, that's good. I could get, yes, I needed another, I had one in Saltnohamn that I was going to do that with. Can do. Here you go, have that and that. You're also going to cast augury around my kingdom. Just in case we missed a fire site. I mean, some of these I've only searched for Fire Magic 1, so it's quite possible we missed level 2 or 3 sites. And I found in provinces that already contain a site of magic, there is, I just seem to find more, like, higher level sites. So, like, if one site's got a fire province, it might have a couple more. Like, I seem to have a higher chance to find more if I find one. I'm not sure if that's actually a thing, like, if it drops one site in a province, it, like, rolls again to see if it drops another one of the same type, but a higher level? I don't know. But either way, I will just research the, I will search these sites once more, but with a spell, so it will be 100% accurate. It will cost me some fire gems, but I now gain 8 a month, so if I spend 4 on auguries, I can still reliably craft fire items when I need them. So, no problems there. Now, we do have 251 gold, and mercenaries may be a good idea to hire in Swinland. Now, I believe we have, what? Ferris the Iron Wizard is definitely going to be an Earth Mage. And if I recruit him and give him the Earth Boots, I think I can give him magic items. I've never tried giving a mercenary magic items. At least I don't remember giving a mercenary magic items. An Earth Wizard wouldn't be a bad pickup, though, anyway. I'm just having a look at all the mercenaries. We've got, I think this is a Necromancer, or a Blood Mage and a Necromancer? Yazrid Ibn Hassar. Isn't that a reference to Lovecraft, the Arabian scholar who has the Necronomicon? Isn't he called Yazrid? Might be, I'm not sure. By the way, I think he might be a Blood Death Mage with a bunch of ghouls. So, Blood Magic, we did get some death income. I'm not sure what spells he could cast. We got Enchantment 3, so he could, we will get Enchantment up to level, why was it? Well, we wanted Flaming Arrows at 4. So, if I get Enchantment to level 4, I mean, he could cast Raise the Dead, so he might be quite useful. Mammal, the White Wizard, is available again. He's actually really cheap. And he now comes with some men. I mean, he was on his own originally, but... And Bernard's Pikemen are available again. So I could do, like, a minimum bid on Bernard's Brave Men, and then, like, a minimum bid on Mammal, the White Wizard. I could do that. Or I could bet, maybe... I think Bernard's Brave Men might actually be a good purchase. I'm not sure about this White Wizard, though. I haven't actually seen his skills, but he's quite cheap, so I think what I'll do is I'll bid 100 on the White Wizard, since he is quite cheap, and then bet the rest on Bernard's Men. I'm not sure if anyone will purchase them, but that is the rest of my treasury. I'm not sure I want to use it anywhere else, though. So, yes. Let's just go over provinces I can blood hunt. I can start blood hunting in Mexico again, so we should. I can start blood hunting in my capital again. I can blood hunt in Epernia again. And can I blood hunt in Duvan? I can blood hunt in Duvan again, so we shall do that. We shall be doing that. Right. That is the battle plan. Now, I did screw it up by not bringing any blood slaves, so you won't see the blood slave Sabbath, and I can't test to see if it works either. My only option would be to just stay here and blood hunt the Plane of Memories, but there's only 1,600 people, so I very much doubt I'd find one. I'd find even one blood slave, like, it would be a miracle. So, and it wouldn't be enough for a Sabbath, so there's no point really. I think just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna bring 2 more of these low-level mages and just set them to do nothing. But I am gonna give them some blood slaves as well. I'm gonna give them 15 each, which just to be on the safe side that I have enough. But I don't want to give them 30 each because these guys are much weaker, and I don't want to. Why do I care about depleting my blood slave stockpile? I have thousands of the things. I can get loads more. Just give them. Let blood flow. Let the battle begin. Let's bring 90 blood slaves, or yeah, let's bring 90 blood slaves, and just let my wizards go wild and see what they can do. In fact, do I even care about getting flaming arrow? I mean, if I had flaming arrows for the siege, it would be absolutely amazing, but I'm not sure if I will be able to get the research points up high enough to be able to do that. Enchantment. What is enchantment going to give me prior to getting there? Enchantment is going to give me nothing really useful. I mean, fire shield could be useful, but that's at level 3. Protection from fire. Protection from fire could be quite useful. I could get my wizards to cast protection from fire, and then protection. If I cast protection from fire, if I got one Sabbath Master to cast it, all of the Sabbath slaves would get it. All of them. They would all get protection from fire, so they wouldn't get immediately blown up by fireball. But they only have 6 hit points, so even with protection from fire, they might still take damage if they have powerful fire mages. So I won't bet on it. The thing I will bet on is that blood magic will be useful with such a huge Sabbath. Blood magic will indeed be useful, possibly for Hellfire. It is armor piercing, which is pretty nice. You can increase the damage. Area effect 3, number of effects 2. Fatigue cost 100, but I mean we'll have a huge Sabbath, so it won't matter. I think yes, and I will want to do blood magic research as well. I think we're going to swap enchantment to blood magic. Still get enough research points to get evocation up though, so my mages can at least throw fireballs with these jars of fire. I'm not sure if research completes before battles happen. Guess it's time to find out. Guess it's time to find out. I don't think they do, but we will see. Right, let's go. Let's go. Enough planning. It is late winter. Our research and evocation is complete, as expected. And we will just dump the rest of our research points into blood magic for now. We cast Augury in 2 sites, and we found, well, in two provinces we found nothing. Our site searching yielded nothing. Our blood hunting yielded us about 50 blood slaves. I'm just going to go over the provinces quickly to take a look-see at their unrest values. Mexico has low unrest. Brightgate has low unrest. Duvan has low unrest. Epernia has insane unrest, given it was just one wizard doing the blood hunting. And my capital has slight unrest, but I think I can carry on blood hunting everywhere for a massive 50 slave income per turn, which I could be making more use of, but I think my treasury is not allowing me to do that. Also, the level of my wizards. Unfortunately, if these guys had fire 2, they would be much easier to utilise all the blood slaves, but because they only have fire 1, they can't naturally bind devils, so I can't mass produce devils or anything like that, which is very annoying. I'm just going to recruit 10 sacreds whilst I'm on my capital, might as well. An unexpected event has occurred in Valgard. A runaway thief was slain in the fields, where his blood soaked the earth. Magical gems crystallised in the soil. Thief blood is used to make earth gems. Keep that in mind, people. Thief blood is used to make earth gems. If we ever run out, just need to find some thieves. And we kill brigands all the time, so we should be getting so many earth gems. An unexpected event has occurred in Pisinia. New trade routes have been opened. 20 income. That's nice. Valgard. Another event in Valgard. A priest of the faith has been blessing the crops throughout the province. People are happy, faith has increased, and much wealth has been donated by merry farmers. 226 gold and 1 dominion, which is always good. Makes up for the wars that were happening earlier in Valgard. An unexpected event has occurred in Epernia. A very ill omen was seen, and rumours of it have spread through the entire province. 30 unrest and 3 misfortune. Now, one thing to note about misfortune events is that misfortune can spiral horribly out of control. However, because my Dominion has luck, and this has a lot of my Dominion in this province, we have mitigated the misfortune. We are currently at luck misfortune neutral, and the misfortune will eventually disappear, so luck will return. So luck is not only useful to give you good events, but when you do get a misfortune event that increases misfortune, you can sort of prevent it by having luck in the first place. So I really don't understand why people take luck, misfortune in their scales. I know you get more points, and if you take Order 3, Misfortune 1, it's not that bad, and you actually have less events than normal. But you have ever so slightly less events than normal. When your kingdom gets large, you're going to get events every turn. You might as well make them good. And if you combo it with Turmoil, then, well, you get loads of events, and you get loads of really good events sometimes. You just get a string of amazing events, and like I've earned almost like 4,000 gold in this game from random events, and like 3 free labs or something. So yeah, I'm never against luck. Never against luck. Okay, we'll come back to this. We killed lots of filthy brigands, and we didn't get the Bernard's Brave Men, but we did get the White Wizard. This province was not attacked either. The White Wizard is very powerful. He comes with a ton of magic gems. He has lightweight scale nail, which doesn't actually infect. Well, it does give him a little bit of encumbrance, but not that much. It does make it so he won't immediately die to an arrow, I suppose, or a sword. He is a level 3 Astral Mage and a level 2 Air Mage, which is very good. Very good. He is a level 5 Mage, and I got him for like 100 gold, so yeah, I'll take a level 5 Mage for 100 gold. If it is only for 3 turns, at least I can let him go mad on the gems, and he can just go crazy. He can throw lightning bolts all day, and throw as many lightning bolts as he wants. And I will not stop him. In fact, that's what we're going to do. You, cast spells, just keep doing it, just go crazy. You are my mage support. Oh, and you have some bodyguards, you came with bodyguards. Ah. I'm going to pay for you, I'm going to keep you around, sir. If we finish this war, you may find me some cool ass magic sites. It's very possible he does that. Right. So Mammal the White Wizard, I'm going to remember about him in future. He is good. He's worth 200 gold. I would bet 200 gold on this guy. 3 Astral and 2 Air. If you don't have access to Astral and Air, this guy is monstrous. He is brilliant. He will find you 98% of all Astral sites and 75% of Air sites. And coming with those many gems, like, you can buy him in a pinch during a war. And he is a good cannon. He just throws magic out like nobody's business. As long as you have the research to back him up, and we have level 3 evocation, which gives us access to, well, lightning bolt at level 2. He could cast mist for the army, but it will block my archers from being effective, and I think that's actually negative. He could also cast, what kind of astral spells has he got? He can cast Magic Jewel. Now, he has Astral 3. The enemy wizards on the battlefield, the only Dustwalkers I've seen, the Blight Ascendants, they had Astral 1. So he might actually win Astral Jewels, and he does have 16 magic resistance. And given that he is a mercenary, I don't care if he dies, really. Like, at the end of the day, he's a mercenary, so he will eventually disappear from my lands unless I pay him extortionate amounts of gold. Even though he is worth the extortionate amounts of gold in my opinion, I think I will set him to continuously cast Magic Jewel. I believe if he casts Communion Master, this also means that he connects with Sabbath Slaves. I think so. I think Sabbath is just the alternate way of starting a communion, but like, say you get a random Astral Mage, I think he can just communion to join in. So, yeah. But I'm going to have him Magic Jewel. He's just going to cast Magic Jewel. Actually, it costs 100 fatigue. I think no, he can cast it many times. It's a level 1 spell. Just cast Magic Jewel. Blast all their wizards' brains out. Use all those Astral Pearls. Go crazy. And if you die, then your guards will just run into combat and die. So, there you go. Either way, it's all going well for me. I'm going to... do I want to take the priests with me? They are an Inquisitor, so taking them with me is quite a good idea. We also managed to capture a Mercury Pond in Swinland. That's worth 2 water gems. Nice. Good, good. Right, now that that's out of the way, there was a battle in Bakar, which was my small skirmish force, just moving over the river, bringing all of the blood slaves for the siege. And they didn't have a force here to stop us, so this should be an easy win. Should be a very easy win. They do have a Dustwalker priest. They're not particularly dangerous. And my heavy cavalry are making short work of their army. In fact, yes, I just immediately destroy them. No problem, we lost 2 heavy cavalry, probably because of all the smites that this vicar got off, but that was actually not part of the province defense. This was one that they trained, so yeah, I'll trade 2 heavy cavalry for one of your 160 gold priests. That's fine by me. So yes, that was in Bakar. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to view that again. Bakar here. So we want these men, which I'm sure you've noticed by now by the amount of time I spent on the message screen. We are indeed sieging Syria. They didn't have very many men in Syria when I moved into it, and since they weren't expecting our invasion, I think that they just, yes, they had a very weak province defense overall. So, they're all casting pain transfer. I mean, sure. It's a useful spell. Given that my god's casting Flame Bolt, I believe that our evocation magic didn't take effect before the battle. So that's useful to know. I didn't know that. So. Or I wasn't sure. I was not sure. Now I'm not sure why my wizards choose to cast Fireflies over Fire Darts, but unless Fire Darts is Fire Magic level 2. Oh no, they are casting Fire Darts. Maybe they were just too far away. Or they're using the gem to cast Fire Darts from the Jars of Fire. It might be, yeah, the mages with Jars of Fire are casting Fire Darts with the spare gem. Well, these should just rout immediately. These human axemen. Oh no, they're standing to fight. There's only 2 of them left. I'm impressed. And I'll just speed it up since their force is quite small. The devils fly in the back row and kill off their commanders, and their army begins to rout, I think. Yep, and they're all dead. My archers do kill a bunch of my own men at the end of the fight there, because for some reason they decide to shoot even though we've killed their army. So there you go. But that's to be expected. Archers do tend to do that from time to time. So, that was the battle outside Syria. We have them under siege now. I'm bringing my my blood slave carriers in. So, let's figure out where we want all the mages so they actually gain access to these blood slaves. I think I want them probably in a more central location. I think I want them a bit closer. Their range doesn't seem to be that great, so I'll put them on this flank over here. I'm going to put every single Sabbath Master out the front. I think they're only size, what are they, size 2? Oh, I can fit 3 of them in the same square. I don't want to do that. I'm going to try to space them out if I can, just to avoid unnecessary arrow casualties. Although lining them up and boxing them is not always very effective. It will have to do. So we've got 6 of our Sabbath Masters. Now I think we have 10 slaves. 10 Sabbath slaves. Which ones? Okay, so you need to be set to Sabbath slave, and you can be set right in the middle because you have a bunch of blood slaves. You need to be set to Sabbath slave and stop right in the middle because you have a bunch of blood slaves, and you, who have all the heavy cavalry, you can be set in the middle because you have a bunch of blood slaves. So yes, excellent, excellent stuff. We have all of them in the right place. Everything is coming together. Hopefully this siege will be no problem because of that. Hopefully my wizards just actually cast what they're supposed to cast instead of not casting what they're supposed to cast. I think I actually might move this commander 1 back just to make sure that all the slaves, the Sabbath slaves actually are in range of a blood slave to sacrifice. Otherwise they will not. I found also the missing Sabbath slave. You can go over there. Right. We've brought a lot of magical firepower to this battle, including reinforcements, which I'm now going to properly set up so they actually flank without just riding out and getting themselves killed immediately. I'm going to have them here, and then perhaps have these 11 hold to an attack here. That way they'll be in front of the mages and hopefully block them if in case enemies try and fly in on them or some such. We shall see. Right. I think this is all the strategy I want for this army right now. I'm expecting a counterattack. That is basically, I'm expecting this army of Long Deads to come down and this army from Belmar to come in as well. That is what I'm expecting. I don't need much province defense in backup actually. I just need one, because they can't actually cross the river right now, so I don't need to worry about that. The things that I do need to worry about are my untasked commanders. So you can move into, they doing these move into Valgard? 312. Okay, so yeah, they can move here to search for nature and priest sites. Have the barbarian move into Saltnohamn to grab some magic gear. What else have we got? We have our scout here who's moving towards Farwald. Our scout here, who has confirmed the throne has not been captured. He's going to go take a look at the throne, maybe just sit there, find out who takes it, if they do, eventually. We're going to move into the Forest of Gila. I want to... I'm going to move them into Numecaria first. Sites have a high chance for... thrones have a high chance for magic sites. So I'm going to move them there first. And next I'm going to move them into to the Forest of Gila and see if we can figure out what's causing all this unrest, finally. Now, this army, what to do with you? I think the best thing to do is just protect our latest conquest. Perhaps force them to attack Syria and leave Belmar. If they leave Belmar, or perhaps if they leave the majority of their force goes to Syria and loses, then the remaining forces that retreat back to Belmar I can finish off with this army. But I think I have provoked them into moving on Syria, since they will have the superior force. However, we have the superior wizards, I hope. So, yes. But this force should be fine to hold out for now. I'm going to have everyone that I can preach, but I'm going to have Oakstrong and Mamor search for magic sites, and I could actually get my prophet to search, given that he would find level 3 sites. I don't think I'll find a level 3 holy site, but you never know. So yes, I'll have him search as well. And that is all of my commanders given commands. So let's see what I can train. I think I would like... I think I want a priestess trail behind the army just to do some temple building or to do some preaching where we don't have any dominion. Also, I will need some priests on this coastline to make sure Lunawatia doesn't gain too much dominion. Mexico's force seems to be fine. This patrol unit is fine. Still training wizards. I don't think I need to train any units in Mexico this turn. We have 4 heavy cavalry, no commander though, so stop recruiting. Recruit another mounted commander. You can carry on blood hunting though, because the unrest is quite low, but I'll probably have to turn them off with that next turn. Saltnohamn. Take more sacreds. Build some more sacreds. Yep, already building more sacreds. Golem range, not building anything right now. Probably could do some more archers. Your defense force is pitiful right now. Still nothing for this Witch Tribe Doctor to do now that I have taken the Thistle Mace to combat, but I mean it will help with his nature casting, so I guess he's just going to have to uselessly give us 4 research and waste all of my gold, but never mind. It will come in handy later on. I might do a bit of construction actually. I'm going to build a supply storage in Golem range just so it can withstand a siege a bit longer. I will want a gate. Can I actually build a gatehouse? No, I've already built the gatehouse, so I will just build the supply storage. It's only 100 gold, will be useful. In fact, I might be able to build some... not really worth building in Lilithor. Is it worth building here? Underground storage. Again, it's 2 months and it costs 200 gold. It's a lot of my mage's time. And I'm not too bothered about the underground storages, to be honest. Like, they're very unlikely to be sieged anyway, so... I think I will get you to train some more archers, but I will make sure I'm training at least the basic pygmy wizards everywhere, if not commanders, or other useful commanders. Who's this? Pygmy wizard, bone range. Yeah, I'm just going to put wizard. Fine. And then the rest of the gold can be spent on archers, I think, for this commander here. So he's going to need... I think that's 29, which will bring him to 35. Then take... I might train some more... Do I need... do some more archers here as well. I'll train some archers in Saltnohamn. Just to give this force, I mean, it's only got 15 archers right now. I think it'd be better if it, had a few more, maybe. Just a few more. No, actually, you can be set to combusting. Yes, you have a nice scepter to combust our opponents. You can be set to combustion. And that is the treasury spent. The war continues, and I think we have the upper hand right now. There's not actually as many undead here as I thought there would be, but they may have moved them into Syria and they've gone into the castle, so there might be like 400 undead in Syria that I can't see right now. But hopefully not the case. But if it is the case, I mean, it could be a crushing victory for us if my priest wizards do as well as I think they will. They should do. I'm hoping that they do. If they don't, then we may be about to lose in a very tragic fashion, but if not, things are looking good. Let's end the turn. You won't find out about what happens until next episode, so based on the message screen, there was a battle in Swinland, but no battle in Syria. Although the fortification, it does say here, I'm going to just read over this quickly. The fortification in Syria is unharmed. We need more men to breach it. So I think there is a huge number of undead inside the castle. Undead count as mindless, and they're not useful for siege defense. So they may just have a huge army of slaves. It might be they have a massive army of slaves in Syria right now. But that is for next time. Next episode will be Spring, Year 4 of the Ascension Wars, where we continue to invade Syria. So far we have 1 victory under our belt, though it was minor. So let's not get too confident and wait to see how the battle in Swinland has... now I'm forgetting the correct word for this. Well, we'll just see how the battle went. I'm not gonna wait here and think about that. It's been me, Chaff Commander Coffee. Thanks for watching. See you next time.